think the market is overvalued. I think it's almost impossible to predict where consumer and corporate demand is going to come from. It's, and because of that, it's hard to create a valuation for businesses.
Even in the
look, I'm a holder of Netflix and Amazon, so I'm not saying there aren't stocks that'll benefit. They are, but when we look at the market broadly, it's very difficult to project what's going to happen in terms of demand. I mean, business has been fundamentally changed. Consumer consumption has been fundamentally changed. You had the PNC CEO talk about how online purchasing has gone up so significantly within his business, and banking is the most complicated of all processes for consumers to do online. So if we're seeing that there, we're going to see it even more so in other industries.
I think we definitely get a rebound in the second half. I'm actually very bullish. I'm starting to see those silver linings in the economy. I'm not worried about the commercial market overall because I think the government is going to step in and has stepped in to provide liquidity. But I am worried about commercial rates. I mean, I can just tell you on a personal level, in one of our locations, we have 52,000 square feet. That's coming up for lease in about a year. There is no way I'm renewing at 52,000 square feet. My offices will be smaller, and I think most people are going to reduce their footprint from an office perspective. So I worry about the commercial mortgage business. I worry about the commercial sector long term.
To be understanding where you're spending your money. Most people do not know where the money is going, so you need to comb through all your bills, all your credit card statements to see where you're actually spending your cash, and then decide to only spend it on essentials. Because this is a time for self-restriction and discipline, and that's the time we're in right here.
I don't think anybody buying the indexes right now or any equities cares what happens for the rest of the year because it's a write-off. There's no question about it. You have to get either a vaccine or a therapeutic, and when that happens, it's Katie bar the doors to the upside, and that's why people stay long. But an Apple or any company that is helping the transition from, what people used to do to what they're going to do, we were 16.2% in e-commerce going into the pandemic. The Apple phone and the Apple App Store and all of the other companies that provide this change of consumer behavior are going to lead the market going forward. And there's plenty of companies like DocuSign and Zoom and Shopify. They're growing way faster than Apple is. And they're the ones that are going to be the beneficiaries of this move. And I bet when we come out of this thing, Judge, we're going to be at 25% e-commerce from 16.2 ex-auto. The change is forever. There's grandmothers that never even use their iPhone to buy groceries that are now proficient doing it. Yeah. And everybody knows that, and that's why they're kind of waiting this thing out in these names, because they are going to benefit big time.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. You don't own it personally, though, Kevin, right? I mean, your funds do, but you don't personally. Of the list of stocks that you do have, why isn't that on the list?
You're talking about Apple? I own a ton of Apple through OUSA.
Yeah, no, that was what I was saying. I mean, it's in your funds, but of the stocks you own personally, it's not on your list, right?
No, and I'll tell you why, Scott. It's not growing. I love Apple, but if you compare to companies that are really taking part in this transition, Apple is not a growth stock. It's just a behemoth platform. There's lots of metrics that are being. I mean, a DocuSign is cleaning Apple's clock. A Zoom is cleaning Apple's clock on growth. Even the Alibabas, even the companies in Asia,
cleaning their clock too. It's cleaning their clock too on valuation, right? That some are questioning whether those other stocks. I mean, they're not even in the same league, right? They're selling different products.
I know, but if not to own those stocks, if you just own the FANGs, you are missing out on growth. I'm not against them. I own them. But you are missing out on growth. It's such a huge change occurring. This has never happened before. We've never locked down the entire world into their houses. How do they buy stuff? They use all these new platforms that we weren't even talking about 12 weeks ago.
No.
Here and there.
You know, it's really most of the pop-ups that I see. Who does it well? You know, I see BeautyCon, and I see a lot of these beauty brands that do it really well, because you go in there and you can't get somebody at Amazon to come to your house and make up your face, right? So I see that. I think Tesla does it quite well. They make event spaces out of it. You know, they had the model of, don't go down the block to a car place. So listen, you're the dad and your mom, and you're in the mall, and you have nothing else to do because the kids are running around. You're going to go check out a Tesla. So I think those could be, Apple does a really good job of it.